Times have been tough, no doubt about it. Tough on all of us. But you know what? So be it. The Workers Club. I love the name.
48?
Oh, by accident.
I almost kept reading.
Didn't even know.
Okay, I mean, if we get to that point, you can walk me through it.
This is our most eventful section yet.
Let me find it. Where did we leave off?
31.
Okay. I loved the Bret Hart update. Almost, it's like, should we have one every time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's in the news enough for that, but...
Well, he was in the news because someone parsed what exactly he complained about at Cardiff.
Oh, yeah?
And it was guys slapping their legs. And the fans were slapping their legs along, which I've never seen that in a crowd, but then I haven't been to... Well, I've been to 2 wrestling shows this year.
The UK. They're so, like, look at me.
Weird. Yeah.
Brett looking at fans slapping
weird,
their legs. And he's just very concerned and upset about it. That's funny. Oh, shit. Not back in his day. They wouldn't have done that in front of Dynamite. They wouldn't. Okay. Yeah, we start off with the Norma chapter.
Yeah.
Norma's a teacher, and she lives in a high rise, like downtown, like a trendy high rise downtown. Yeah. And so I'm confused because she doesn't. For all we know, she doesn't even teach class. She just watches Cathy's class.
But they say she teaches the class next door. But yes, that's what it seems like.
So the elevator's not working. She goes, "Damn, thing was still on the fritz." Or the narrator says, "I don't know if it's normal or the narrator." Damn, thing was still on the fritz. I did. I was like, what did I write here? Oh, I wrote Norma, or is this the narrator? Yep. So she goes to, I mean, this apartment building has a doorman, Eddie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like waiting for a reveal of like, my husband left me a bunch of money. I'm like, how is she affording this on the teacher's pay? But really, at the end of the day, we just need an elevator, as we find out. That's what we need, which... Yes. So she tells Eddie, this is bullshit. 5 floors, Eddie. I can't do it. This has to get fixed. They're coming again today, Miss Norma.
What was that accent?
I don't know. It's the elevator guy. They're coming again today, Miss Norma. Which, by the way... She shook her head and kept walking. 5 floors. It's not a lot of floors. I guess every day, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of going through her day. She forgets about the journal. She has to go back and get it, right? Or no, this is after. This is while Cathy's gone.
Cathy is in the Mideast.
Yes. Yes. She's met a man who is drawing her. That's important because I have a gripe about that. She's at the fountain and she's like, this guy's drawing me, and he shows her and he goes, "It nice." And then he takes her to eat. So Cathy spent a few hours with the stranger. She says his company was a distraction from the prison she was in. And I wrote, Cathy doesn't know the rules. What does she mean? Why isn't she trying phones? Or she's not trying anything. She's just like, well, I'm here. I'm stuck here. She just kind of
I didn't think about that.
Dusts her hands of it and just keeps waiting for Norma to give the prompt. She's completely committed that this is magic. She's not even going to try any normal thing to be like, oh no, I'm in another country.
Right.
So this
she
is how
steals some money.
This is how she figures out where she is. Yeah. One shop on the main drag had an English travel brochure for sale. It revealed she was in Tunisia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it.
Now, I should have done this prior, but I'm going to do this now. What is that fucking thing the Human Development Index. They're high on it. 97th. Because the way Sean's going to frame Tunisia is like Iraq during the Saddam years.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I really haven't heard of Tunisia in the news at all, ever. Seems
It's
pretty
an
peaceful.
odd when it said when he was like it's Tunisia. I was like, where's what made him pick Tunisia? Is it just something where he was like, well, I don't want to get into politics. I don't know enough about other like the go-to countries. So he was like, no one's gonna bother me if I pick Tunisia. They'll be like, sure.
I guess.
I mean, does he get into the Tunisian Revolution of 2011?
I just figured he was a Dizzy Gillespie fan and named it after the song, A Night in Tunisia.
Oh my goodness. That cat could blow. So
Cathy was not being Cathy in this reality.
Yes. She's very intrigued by this man. What is his deal? Then she's very Cathy. She goes, he probably had a girlfriend who was in school somewhere while he bounced around with an American chick. Cathy didn't care. He was very helpful in passing the time. He was soft-spoken. He smiled a lot. Money. Where the hell is money going to come from? Oh, wait. This is when Monica has to be made a turd. Okay. I'm ready. So Cathy, she's never stolen in her life, but she's going to steal here. She says she's got to get back to her place. I want to go back. Tired. She touched her hands into a pillow and laid her head on it. He got the message. Yes. They got back to the plaza, and Cathy was about to kiss the stranger on the mouth for being so kind. Mm-hmm. And I was going, what in the world? Is this why we were painting Mark as such a turd early so that this is acceptable behavior?
Yeah.
He's so kind and attentive. Cathy was not being Cathy in this res. She took note of that and gave him a hug instead. And then we swoop back to Sophie.
Cut to.
Yeah. She wants her writing journal, and it's a sub. And she doesn't explain right away, the teacher's ethnic, because it says, come, you take, the teacher said. She looked to be in her 40s. And I don't know if the narrator's saying this or Sophie. She looked to be in her 40s. She wore a hijab.
Oh, you think Sophie's narrating this part?
I don't know. It's like, why is the narrator unsure? The narrator, if it's omnipresent,
yes,
should know exactly who this woman is. Or, we get full names sometimes and like full backstory. And sometimes it's like, I don't know. It's a vague. She looked to be in her 40s and wore a hijab. Hijab? Hijab?
Yes.
My Midwestern colors are showing a hijab over here. Sophie took the journal to her desk and could not stop the serpent in her stomach.
I've never heard that expression.
I mean, I've heard of hot snakes, but that's poo-poo.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
She was hungry, very hungry. So her mom has disappeared, which, if you're paying attention, it's because she was writing a story.
No, we didn't read that one yet.
That's not yet? So her mom's just gone. So it doesn't necessarily have to be her. Mom just might be gone. Because later they kind of allude that it's her.
She's about to write it.
Yeah. But mom's gone.
Yeah.
And she was sleeping under her jackets on the floor mattress, which is the first mention of that. She said in her story that she sleeps under a blanket, I think, but she sleeps on the floor. Now she's saying she sleeps under jackets.
The more you talk about it, the more you talk about this narrator thing. Because this whole paragraph after the hijab is like spoken like Sophie. You're correct.
Yeah.
Mommy had
Yeah.
not come home. Mommy promised her a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. I don't know about that
I
style.
don't know.
You've
I
turned
have
me on
some.
it.
So Norma comes in and goes, I have some plans for Mrs. A. Everyone calls her Mrs. A, and I don't think we've figured out
Yeah,
yet. We've
we
gone back.
tried.
I've tried. I can't remember. And then, what's making me scared is that one of the reviews was like, what a shitty quote unquote twist at the end. And I'm like, oh, I'm so scared right now about why we don't know her last name.
I had some thoughts in the bathtub about 20 minutes ago, and
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah.
what I thought the twist would be.
But,
Maybe I do. We'll see.
okay. You got to say it now,
I
or
want
you
to get.
can't say it after the twist and go, I knew it. You got to predict
Well,
it.
I haven't read to the twist yet. I'll talk
Okay.
about it at the end when we
Okay.
talk about where we think it's going.
Okay.
I want to get to Norma's Islamophobia first.
Well, oh yeah, it's kind of, yeah. This was like a slap in the face. We're like cold water. Where I was like, "What's happening? What's going on?" What was this an emergency? Well, it had been 2 days, and Norma couldn't get in touch with her. So
I mean, I know we get to it later because I had written this note before, but I don't. If you no call, no show a job one day,
yeah.
it's
If
they're
you're a
probably
teacher,
calling
there would be
people.
it would be concerning. Yeah, they'd be like, "What happened? Let's get a hold of her." Uh, I do. I have another note here. Is this Norma's point of view or not? I don't know what's going on. uh, uh, because so Norma goes, "Hey, I have here your assignment from Mrs. A. The prompt is the princess returns home. Listen up. Please write about the lost princess coming home from a trip. She needs to see her friends, the smart little people that live in her kingdom. She's ready to return and help them. Okay? Start." The class gradually went to work. Jocelyn was staring at the lights, maybe thinking. And then I wrote, probably about lunch, because I think Jocelyn's the fat one that they always jab at.
Okay.
And then Norma waves her hand at Jocelyn. Hey, let's go, you. There was a girl in the center of the room who wasn't writing. This is where I'm like, we just were in Sophie. So now we're back to Norma? Norma doesn't know who Sophie
That's
is, like
true.
Larry the Can Man. But we were just Sophie.
You're correct.
She was actually in the middle of a compelling penguin tale, which she wanted to get back to. Hey, you, let's go, right. Not whatever you want. This, the princess. What's this
So
kid?
that's
Norma turns
interesting.
to the substitute and goes, what's this kid's deal? She looked the sub up and down, noting her traditional Muslim garb. I can't believe this was happening. Look who I'm asking. And I went, whoa, what? Norma walked. This is a teacher that knows all these students. Norma walked
Yeah.
towards Sophie, who recoiled. You hard of hearing? Start now. Sophie defiantly put down her pencil. Norma turned to the substitute. This one's a real wise ass. I wrote, what?
Yeah.
Some kids in the class bugged out their eyes and giggled in their hands. Sophie, however, did not. She looked directly at Norma, a little afraid and a little pissed. Look, you, pick up that pencil now and write. Your teacher assigned this. You want to fail? Norma watched as Sophie gritted her teeth and glared at her. So then finally she writes, and Norma goes up to the sub and hands Cathy's folder to her. Or the sub reaches out to shake her hand and she puts the folder in it, I guess. Is that the gimmick? And this is what
Yeah, I
Norma
guess
says.
so.
Norma says this
Yeah.
to the substitute teacher. I'm Norma, Jew. She pointed at the woman's clothing. Since you feel the need to announce this to the world, I figured I'd announce mine. She headed out of the classroom. I just wrote, good Lord. I was like,
I don't know.
wearing traditional garb is not, like, if Norma were to wear a yarmulke, or, and somebody was like, "What are you doing?" I think she would be pissed. She'd be like, "Excuse me?
Yeah,
Like,
of
what's
course.
happening here?" I didn't know why is Norma.
Well,
There was no clue that Norma is this hateful.
to be fair, or to not be fair, it's a lot more in your face when it's head to toe.
I mean, is her
Because you could
face
sport a
covered?
Jesus piece on a person. No, hijab's just the hair's covered, right? Yeah. Which,
Yeah,
there's Orthodox Jews who do the same thing. So I don't. Norma hasn't been to temple in a while, I guess, because
I was gonna say, did she like
type of
run?
dress is not that different.
Does she run up to rabbis and she's like, "Excuse me, why are you announcing this to the public?" And slaps their hats off, snips their curls.
Yeah.
Uh, it just seems.
I'm so.
I'm
I'm
not
so
gonna lie.
bored
I
of
felt like,
Tunisia.
Sean, do you have an issue with people where? Sean, is this you? Do you have a bugaboo?
I don't
What
know
do you
what
think?
it is, man.
I mean, why is this part of Norma's character other than to be awful and
Because
then
she's a
Sophie to
sassy
write?
Jewish, old Jewish woman, and well, I don't know. I guess he is writing her as a heel because
Yeah,
I
because
never
now
thought of
Sophie's
her as
mad
one
and she's
until
about to
this little
write.
outburst.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
That's what's
almost like
weird. Is
it's
she's
bad
like,
writing, and so he was like, "I need Sophie to kill this person," and so she's got to be as the
yeah,
worst.
she just turns into a bitch all of a sudden
Yeah, yeah.
after covering for Cathy for 150 pages.
Wait, look, look, look at this here. Your face when you see someone wearing a hijab.
You probably saw them
Uh,
celebrating on 9/11.
oh Lord. So evening had given way to night, and Cathy was returned to the apartment in which she'd awakened. And
There's
th-
cops in there. I mean, can we just get past this section? This is so stupid.
you want to get what on the way back? She cased some shops to see how hard it would be to snatch something to cover herself up. How long was this going to take? Cathy couldn't even conceive of thinking long term. She closed the door on that whenever she planned, stealing clothing, food. She'd give it time, live moment to moment. And I just wrote, she's handling this so poorly. Like she's not even testing. Like a lot of times in movies or books or like if somebody's encountered, they'll like test the rules and the boundaries of like.
Yeah.
She's not doing that. She's like, I gotta sit here and wait. I guess I'm a thief now. This is that thing again where he wrote like she returned to the apartment, and now she arrived at her building. She was fair like, are we there yet or not? I thought we were there a chapter ago when she said I got to go back, and they walked back to the plot like to the fountain or whatever.
Yeah.
It's right outside her apartment, is it not?
It is.
So the door is still ajar. She doesn't remember from this morning. She goes in there. She's looking around. She's
Everything's been thrown about.
yeah, she's like, she's like, she puts her hand to her mouth. It was a robbery. A robbery of an empty apartment. Her heart was off to the races. And then some guys grab her, and they manhandle her. And they've got automatic rifles. They were cops, soldiers. What do you think?
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. Who cares?
So-
no, nothing.
They
They
sit her
ask
down.
her what her name
Yeah.
is.
Your name?
We get some more dialect English. I don't like.
He goes,
Yeah.
"You have no papers." He was authoritative in a casual, soft-spoken way. Nothing, and now you don't talk. For that you be scared, yes? So she has no papers.
Yeah.
Cathy, who live like this? How you live here? No one lived like this. You tell me, who are you? I'm Cathy.
I mean, what do they think she's a spy for the
Yeah.
Great American Tunisian War?
Yep. Okay, Cathy, you play the games. He slid a phone out of his pocket. I take a picture of your face and put it in the computer, and we will know who you are. He snapped his fingers. We will know. Uh,
Hmm.
you don't talk with me? Okay, maybe you talk with your friend. The man called toward the hallway. Ashraf! A machine gun man walked into the room. I always like that. A machine gun man.
Yeah.
He slid his helmet off. It was her companion for the walking tour that day. He smiled at her. You talk today, now you talk too with him. Which I'm like, okay, hold on, hold on. She woke up. She ran down to the fountain. He's there drawing her. What is this sting operation? What's happening?
Well, we know Sophie's stuff kind of transcends time and can add time before.
So you
Right? The
think
daughter, I mean, the sister
they've been,
died 2 years prior. So she must have a whole backstory there.
or she's been there but she doesn't remember being there? And now they've been watching her? But
Listen.
why is this task force going through the trouble of being like, okay, Ashraf, today you got to go down to the fountain. She's gonna come out every day. She comes out. She looks weird. You're gonna draw her. Hopefully, she comes up and talks to you. Then you're gonna buy her breakfast.
Yeah,
It's odd.
it is.
I mean, when I say odd, I mean bad. I'm sorry. I'm saying odd. I'm being very. Come on. Uh, so then he's like, "Hey, you stole money from me. You see the bedman?" And I'm like, "Who's the bedman? Was that the guy talking?" We're giving bedman, machine gun man. See, the bedman said, "You are a thief too." More laughter. You arrive here, no papers, no clothes, no money. USA? Now USA does no papers, no money? He paused for effect. He's dramatic. He's acting. Where are you really stay? Where is your money? The clothes. You don't stay here.
Yeah.
So,
We're just taking up pages here.
oh yeah.
Sean.
Uh,
You could have just banished her there and we could have never had these 4 pages here.
uh, yeah. So he's just like, who?
If this
Oh,
book, hang on, if this book had Goosebumps editing, it'd be a lot better.
dude.
130
Those
pages,
books
nice
move.
big type.
Those
They
books
do.
move.
But they tell a story.
I like that. So, chapter 33, sir. Cathy was not struck, not physically assaulted, outside of the rather stiff handling of her during transport by the men in black. So she's in an interrogation room, I think. They're like, "Are you
Yeah.
tired?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm tired."
She
Da,
has
da, da,
faith in the
da.
system,
Yeah,
so she just wants to go to bed so that the fucking paper can be
yeah,
written and she can come back.
yeah. He tells her that Tunisian prison can be good or bad. And it's like, okay. And he goes,
Well, he says, you keep making bullshit,
yeah,
then you go to the other.
yeah. And she says, I just need sleep. Cathy, do not feel comfortable. You will not be asleep soon. We will find you out. Uh, she trembled sitting before Marcia Lewis, though not in the interrogation room of a Tunisian jail. So again, she
Yeah.
kind of tells other people like she runs circles around Miss Marcia Lewis, but not the case.
We'll get
No,
another
Norma.
Marshall
Yeah.
malaprop coming up.
No, Norma.
That's the way you read it, not no Norma.
Oh yeah,
You're more
that's
like a
true.
parent telling a kid.
No, Norma. No, Norma. Well, it's all in caps. He does, and he's trying to do it on purpose because certain things are like. I think he's trying to do something. I don't know what it because it's not like consistent. You know, you got no Norma, then
Yeah.
you got all caps. Cathy carried a stack of old magazines. Um, No, Norma. No, Norma. Uh,
So Kathy's home, but Norma's gone.
yep.
Kathy's back at school.
That essay, crafted by Cathy in an attempt to help Sophie, got misaligned and misinterpreted somewhere, somehow, in this demented process. And I just wrote, it's pretty simple, Cathy. It's like, I think, I don't know why you're so confused about how this works.
Yeah. Which I have a question. Do the things only take effect while the person's sleeping?
A day has to pass? I don't know.
Yeah. And what if they stay up?
I don't know.
Did they just
Was Gene
disintegrate?
like awake in his recliner, and then he was like, ugh!
Well, what happened to the sister?
I
Did
don't
she
know.
die too? Like, how did she retroactively die?
She was petting her cat, and then she was like, I
Right?
don't know. She faded into. No. I don't know how that. I don't know how this works. Where are we at? Cassie's reading the penguin story that got cut off, which was like basically. So the one that Sophie was writing before Norma got really, really.
Well, that's what I didn't catch upon first reading. Well, and I guess you don't because it's told out of time. But Norma cutting it off is kind of the reason her mom went missing.
Yes,
'Cause
all
she
of a
didn't
sudden
have
it's
enough time to finish
slowly
the story.
revealed. Yeah, the mom.
Yeah,
She writes
I
this
mean-
penguin story and goes, the mom.
The baby penguin didn't have to sleep underneath the mom's belly anymore.
Yep.
She was big enough to get around her own.
Yeah.
And when Mama Penguin went off, ellipsis.
Yeah, Sean writes like Sophie writes. She was big enough to get around on her own.
Yes.
When Mama Penguin went off. Yeah, then Norma became a major Islamophobic, and so then she reads, and this is another thing. This really pads out this book too. Every time Sophie writes, we get the whole goddamn thing. So we
Yeah.
read The Princess Returns Home. The princess was back. Which also in this story, it's revealed that the Wicked Queen was yelling at the kids or something, and she's killed.
By the drawbridge, yes. Yep. So Kathy's return led to Norma's death.
So I wrote, poor Norma. Which then, Cathy being Cathy, she reads this and isn't like, oh shit, Norma's not been around, oh no. And she was the one that gave the prompt. She's just like, oh, okay.
So we have this group hug where the kids all hug Cathy.
Mm-hmm.
And Sophie, whatever. But here's my thing at the end here. And I guess you have this thought when you're watching a horror movie too.
Mm-hmm.
I would grab the notebook and I would never come back to the school. I was just in Tunisia for 2 days.
Yeah. She does bring that up later, and she just kind of dismisses it. She's like, I could destroy this book, but what would happen? Yeah, well, we're not going to find out because she's not going to try. She's, I don't know what, we get into it. She's like, okay, I got to get Sophie.
I mean, destroying the book would be in the sequel. Would it not?
The end in the movie would be like
this
the
was a
book has
movie.
been burned. If this was a movie, the book gets burned in some kind of like fire of a building. They escape. The book was inside, but then at the end, the camera goes down on the book and it like glows with embers, like it's still alive.
Oh, okay.
It still has power. And then in the next one, somebody finds it in a bookstore. It's like, how much for this book? It's all burnt and shit. And he's like, hey, have it.
There you go. Yep, that's it. Sorry, whatever you were saying.
Look, this is what we do. We write the screenplay for this and submit it to Sean. And he reads it and goes, holy shit, they cut all the fucking fat off this thing. This is a lean, mean piece of material. Red traffic lights on the side streets of MLK Boulevard were tricky. and I wrote, I have so much information on MLK Boulevard, like
I
so
know.
much. Cathy's light tuned green.
Oh, didn't catch that one.
So she's going to Sophie's house, right?
Yeah.
And Sophie's hiding, and we're kind of like back in Sophie's point of view, and her mom hasn't been around, and she's like hiding. She thinks it might be the cops. Cathy's looking around. She sits outside Sophie's apartment for 2 hours. And it's
Strange.
revealed that the last essay about her home was troubling: the smoke, rotten eggs, and sleeping in jackets. I don't really remember the rotten eggs
I
or
don't either.
sleeping
I
in
just
jackets.
remember mom's friend
Yeah.
smokes the funny stuff.
Yeah. There's something. She goes, there's something about a penguin and her mother. Who knows where that was going? So then it's revealed that also Cathy has $12,000 in cash in her purse, and that you're just left with that. It's like, okay, all right. So now Cathy carried a stack of old magazines into her bedroom and dropped them on the bed beside her purse. She opened the nightstand drawer and pulled out her socks and undergarments and dropped them on top of the nightstand. She now had an empty drawer to fill. This is dumb writing. This is a dumb person doing dumb things. It's all just dumb. She pulled stacks
Why
of
do you say that?
just the whole thing. Okay, so this woman carried into her apartment a stack of old magazines.
You're right.
It's
You're right.
described
You're
she
right.
taking out everything, and now she goes. She now had an empty drawer to fill. She pulled stacks of wrapped 20 bills, lots of them, from her purse and lined the bottom of the deep drawer with them. When they were evenly tucked, forming a level top edge, it's just so like, what are we doing here? She dropped the magazines in and fanned them out to cover all the money. The undergarments went on top of the magazines. Imagine pulling open this drawer. You're Mark,
It's probably
and
heavy as hell.
you're like, honey, why do we have all these old magazines? And then you like pick one up and you're like,
Well,
what's up with all the money?
no, you would see her undergarments on top. This is like redundant.
Yeah, but why are
protection.
magazines under your
And then
underwear?
if you wanted to look under there, then you'd see the magazines. You're like, she just hoards magazines. It'd have to take a triple inquisitive person to find the money.
I'm picking up, if my wife has magazines in her underwear drawer fanned out, I'm picking one up to be like, what's this about? And the minute I pick one up, I'm seeing cash too, and I'm going, what's happening?
Well, Mark's not even home, so I don't know what she's hiding. I mean, I know she says later she doesn't know when she's going to kidnap, but...
Well, and I wrote that. When we get to that, it's like, she's like, I don't know. I know I'm going to do something. I don't know when. Well, it's got to be before Mark comes back, because the minute Mark comes back, there's questions. One question would be like, honey, $12,000 just got removed from our bank account.
Yeah.
Mark, oh yeah, she's going about like the people in her life. She goes, Mark was around. That's your husband. Why is Mark just like
I
he's
noted
just
that too.
around.
I know. And then there was this line, which I don't know if I'm just being hard on him. He says, "She was alone, in silence so thick you could hear the air."
Yep.
I don't know.
It's bad.
And then what's our
all
last line
bad.
of this chapter?
You don't like something unchained her, and she would gulp down this elixir.
Okay, that was bizarre too, and I had to like go back to be like, did she buy an elixir?
What a
I didn't know we were speaking metaphorically.
Yeah, what a joy to be everyone else. Cathy knew she would never, ever be like everyone else again.
Yeah. Once in a while, he'll add these very important addendums to chapters.
I don't know. Oh, man, this is a tough book to get through. Tougher than Larry Nelson.
is.
Tougher than Ben Peller. Tougher than... I don't know what that says. Is this... Is this the worst book we've read? What's the worst book we've read?
Listen, Larry Nelson's. Because that's
Is
just,
it okay?
a
Okay,
couple wild stories from
I
the
know.
road.
Okay, but
Pellers was cheesy, but it was charming at least. This
I was
isn't
going to
even
say that about
charming.
Larry Nelson's book. I was kind of I was
Okay.
kind of charmed by Larry's like cowardice and like just sweaty like.
No, listen, you're making me choose between three things I liked.
Yeah, I know, I know.
I know.
I mean,
I'm
we've
not.
enjoyed all of them, but this one is kind of like
Yeah.
annoying in a way that Larry Nelson wasn't annoying. I always was like kind of. I mean, Larry Nelson's getting so horny in his book.
Yeah.
And then the thing where he threatens, like where he wants to kill people, that also is kind of like funny. Like, what?
Yeah.
I'd have to kill the program director.
Yeah.
Uh, I would,
I mean,
know,
this is the worst book I have ever read. But I told you.
I didn't
Hang
like
on, though, with the proviso that I'm very protective about the things I even start because I don't want to waste my
that's
time.
true.
So I've
That's
only
true.
really. I don't read like even questionable things. They got to be known to be great.
I'm worried that I'm gonna crack open a book I like and I'm gonna be like so pilled, so poisoned that I'm gonna go, oh man, this is this is stupid. This is stupid. Uh, so Norma's still not at school, and instead of like having a substitute teacher, they're just locking that door and the lights are out. Uh, wait, no,
Well,
I
but
got ahead of myself.
yeah, because he starts this chapter telling you shit's gonna go down.
Yeah,
He says the day at
they do have a
PS
sub.
number
I
18.
apologize. They do have a sub.
No, it's okay. That would be hard to forget. Began like the, but I hate this. Began like the template school day. I don't
Yeah.
know about that word. Just
The
say
template.
normal. Just say average.
You think he's the guy that like clicks? He highlights the word and he clicks thesaurus and goes, what I got here?
Well, what I have in the back of my head, and this is me being a nerd. There's like this little clip on YouTube of David Foster Wallace being very mad at people saying prior to. And he's like, why wouldn't you just say before? You would never say that. This is one of those things.
Prior to that, yeah, I like that. Uh, Norma had left plans or contacted Cathy. It was unlike her, and I'm like, who's telling us this? Cathy or the narrator or?
Yes.
Um,
Now, this does turn because I had written a note to myself, and this does explain the note. So I'll give Sean some credit because Cathy gets a little write up about missing 2 days.
oh right, yep. Yep, failure to comply makes substitute request. Da, da, da. But I think it's kind of alluded that she's kind of getting picked on a little bit.
Really?
I felt like it was.
She missed 2 fucking days of work
But you know who misses days? Miss Marsha Lewis.
because of a bunion.
Mrs. Marsha Lewis.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she called.
Got a substitute principal in.
Yeah.
So then we get into this weird scene where Cathy is staring at Sophie, and Sophie's staring at her, and they're just staring. And then Cathy stands up, and is it Sophie or Cathy that starts having a nosebleed?
Sophie.
Sophie.
Yeah.
And then Cathy thinks to herself, "Do it now." So she grabs Sophie and walks out of the room. She's panting. She's clutching the child's hand. They're running. The classrooms are flying by, but he goes out of his way to say they weren't really running. They're just moving quickly.
Yeah.
Cathy's neck was sweating.
She kidnaps her.
Yep. Keisha, her mom
She's
is outside.
hanging.
Hit the doors, please. She blasts her through the doors. Okay.
Here's what I'll say. 'Cause obviously, this is a drastic step taken by Cathy. She's just embracing the madness and going with it.
Yeah.
we never really get, for all of our narrator problems, we never really get Cathy saying what she's trying to get out of this or thinking. Right?
No, not
Cathy
really.
never really says to herself, I'm going to try and control the world around me. She kind of does it, but we find that out. We don't
Yeah.
really know what the fuck the end
What the,
game is here.
no, she's not letting on at all what the end game is. She's just
Yeah.
well. Then also a lot of times here coming up, she'll go, "I don't have a plan." So it's like, what are you doing then? Like, what are you doing? What you're just yeah, she's just being compelled by mania. Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
we go through. I guess it's the narrator telling us that there's been 3 times that people have been called to this school. Uh,
And why do we got to call the detective Sclafani? You couldn't just say something that's easy to
Sclafani?
say. Yeah.
Uniformed police officer Rivera was in Dean Fischler's office discussing the incident, taking a report when Detective Nick Sclafani entered. Sclafani was a presence. He filled the room with both his personality and with his size. And I wrote, Sean is cracking his knuckles. Sean has been wanting to write a guy like this. He watched The Wire. He's up. And I was expecting like a larger than life character. And he's so just boring.
Just
He's
wants to
just
eat.
pretty, just, just tropey. Uh, he goes, Fischler stood over his hand. Hi, Dean Fischler, AP. Detective Sclafani. Nice to meet you, Mr. Fischler, officer. What do we have? So he gets it, and they go back and forth about Cathy.
Yeah, they get, he at least says she's got anxiety, which I want to highlight that. Dean does tell the cop she has anxiety. Yeah. Sophie's a normal girl, right? There's really no dirt on her.
Who's the kid?
Um,
Name is Sophie
yeah.
LaFontaine, Officer Rivera read off a notepad, 8 years old. She's a student in the teacher's room. And I wrote,
Yeah,
what a
that was a
way,
weird thing to.
what a odd way to say that. She's a student
Right.
in the teacher's room.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing really. They watch the cameras. There's no cameras outside, so they just see her walk out.
Well, he does do the, which I have no idea other than to do, it would be to like segue in like a TV or a movie or something like, I don't know. He does the thing where he goes, by the way, just because it's it's not worth noting, but uh, Sclafani says, let's see the video, Principal Fischler. And Marsha Lewis, the principal, goes, assistant principal. And Sclafani says, oh, pardon me. Either way, let's see the video. And he
I know.
goes, can you slow it down? And he's like going frame by frame of like just a woman and a child exiting the building. The girl
Yes.
looks okay. I'm not looking at her, Sclafani said.
Bottom of this page.
Yeah.
Now this is Fischler talking.
Mm-hmm.
The cop says, "What can you tell me about the kid?" He says, "Not much, I'm afraid." Blah blah blah.
She out
and he
today.
says, "Cathy." Yeah, what is that? Cathy was closest to normal Weingarten. She out today though. 2 days now, actually. Just another typo.
Yeah.
And then Miss Lewis makes a malaprop and says "phantom" instead of "fathom."
Okay, I have so many notes on this. It's because
I'm sorry. Go back.
I don't know. I have no on what you say on when she because we're talking about I cannot phantom why a teacher would take multiple days off. Okay,
Yeah.
so the cops start laughing at her because I guess she's
Yeah.
being dumb. But
Yeah.
we've read enough now where we're like, is Sean dumb? Are we dumb? Because I wrote, oh, it's I meet
The principal's dumb.
my immediate reaction was, oh, Sean means fathom. And then I was like, are these mistakes or is this? And then it's like, well, no, she's being dumb. But in previous sections, we've caught things where it's like, that's not how you say that. Oh, he means this, actually.
That's true.
whatever right here. You can't have dumb characters when the writing is also dumb. It's hard. It makes it difficult.
I know. I don't even know why that's a storyline.
And
Like
this is that.
Sean clearly had a principal he worked for who he did not think was very smart, because otherwise this contributes zero to the story. Just have her be a bitch of a boss, and that's enough. But the fact that she's stupid, and even the
Yeah.
cops aren't that bright. They're not. They don't. They wouldn't have even caught that. Maybe that's a blanket statement on cops, but
Because Rivera turns away from the group as a chuckle was prying his lips open. He's going. So then they can't get a hold of Norma and Sclafani. I guess he's looking at Lewis. He goes, "She getting a letter too?"
what
Which I guess he
does
knows.
that mean?
I guess he knows about them giving a letter of the notice about the
Oh,
absences.
that's right. Oh, so that's why you think she's being bullied. Okay.
So now Cathy's driving with Sophie, and
What
this
is
is where
this
she
first
says she
sentence?
hadn't.
This is
She
so
hadn't.
stupid. I'm sorry. Cathy wasn't speeding that badly, but she was certainly flirting with what would be out of place in the busy daytime traffic. There's, again, such a shorter way to say she was going pretty fast.
Yeah, but not speeding badly. Let's be clear. So she's going 5 miles above the speed limit, maybe 10. But would that even, because it's saying it wouldn't, it would be out of if you're paying attention to daytime traffic, you'd be like, oh, this
15.
person's in a rush.
15.
15, okay.
Yeah.
Man. This is where she says she didn't have a plan. She didn't plan a specific day for this, and I wrote, well, it has to be before Mark gets home to ask about the drawer.
Yeah. And the money.
She's grabbing everything. And at this point, I'm thinking, because she has her phone and she's thinking about who to call and this and that, I'm going, Cathy, they're going to ping your phone. Hello, Cathy.
Yeah.
Cathy and Sophie are eating a breakfast at a diner. Sophie's like, Cathy says we're gonna still do homework on the trip. Sophie asks about math. Cathy says math isn't important. Look, there's a calculator right on here. That's math. I thought about her phone. And then Sophie goes, "What if you can't use your phone?" And I think this is where she thinks, "Oh my God, they can track me with my phone."
Yeah, so it has a reason.
Then she held the power button and slid it totally off, and I said, "Cathy, they could still get a last location.
Yeah.
Toss the phone, just lose it."
Here's what, again, we don't. Why is Cathy kidnapping her?
I don't know.
Because she clearly doesn't care for the girl's well-being. If she's just like, "Oh, fuck math, just start writing these fucking stories for me."
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
is Cathy a bad person?
You'd think. I don't.
She is.
She's been awful to a lot of people. She's emotionally damaged. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't even know why she wouldn't night one of having Sophie just go, okay, look, just write this and have it the princess goes back to 3 weeks and there's never been a journal.
Yeah.
Instead, it's this whole drawn out thing. Like this book, it's all drawn out and stupid. So Sclafani we're back, and he's in the classroom, I think. Or no, he's in an office. Oh no, he's in the classroom. Cathy's empty classroom.
Yeah.
So they're going to take some principal or take some pictures. Somebody, I think maybe the principal was sure thing. I'll pull her God, I'll pull her cum file folder from the office for you. And I was
Yes.
like, this is something Sean has heard, and he's like held on to it and been like, yes, I'm going
Everyone
to
will
put
know
that in
what this
there.
means.
Which I had it, and I knew that the minute we'd record that I'd blank on it. So now I'm going to look it up again because I forgot myself. And then I remembered, and then I was like, when I talk about it, I'm going to forget about it.
What?
Oh, whoops. Hold on. Oh my god. I even wrote a note to myself to bring it up. It's like... it's her, yeah, she's gonna, okay, so basically, the folder's gonna be her record.
Okay.
Yeah. I just found it, just that he put her cum folder, and it's like, he does that, starts doing that with the cops too, where he's like using acronyms and like
Sure.
abbreviations and stuff like that. So here we go. Sclafani is walking around this empty classroom. He'd never spent a day in a Carson public school without a heavy heart. Some cops got to do speeches in auditoriums about drugs or gangs. He'd never gotten those gigs. He went to schools on calls. The
I know.
gregarious detective, which we have not seen any of. We just keep getting told that he has a big personality. You know
Yeah.
who? Did you ever watch Dexter?
No.
Okay, there's a guy that's a Cuban guy. I think he plays in the show, who's like one of the detectives. And he's always wearing like a little fedora, and he's always kind of like cha-cha-chaing around. He's always kind of. That's who it reminds me of.
But he's fat though.
Yeah, this guy was big too
Okay.
in
Okay.
this show. I'd have to show. Let me. I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna look this guy up and send it to you. Dexter. Who's cast? Dexter cast. David Zayas played Angel Batista.
Okay. And you know who I'm thinking of,
David
and you're my age, so you might get this. Although it's kind of old for me. Jake and the Fat Man.
Yeah,
Wasn't he a cop of some sort? He's got the suspenders. That's what I picture this guy as.
from
I
China.
don't picture him as being as lively. I know it says gregarious, but I just always think that's just a nice.
You think it's
You got me now? You don't remember that show?
No, I don't remember. When you said Jay
Okay.
the Fat Man, I was thinking of the Chinatown sequel.
Oh, geez, the two Jakes.
Yeah.
Okay. No, this was some fucking crime show in the late 80s.
You think it's McCabe, huh? The fat.
is that his name? Okay. Yeah.
This guy.
There's a picture of him with a dog, and that's who I'm picturing here. I might have to send it to
It's
you.
not the guy, but this guy looks like the guy in Wings that hangs out at the airport.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm
Wings.
talking about?
I need to watch Wings again.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're into the play. Yeah, did you like Wings?
I
As a
remember
young man?
seeing it on TV as a kid. I don't remember much about it at all.
David Schramm, Roy Biggins.
Okay.
Man. Okay. So, the gregarious detective kept it professional, but nursed a large soft spot for kid cases. There were a ton in Carson. From bump and bruise child abuse to custody abductions to chilling sexual abuse investigations. He told his wife, and only her, that a piece of his soul was left in each of those classrooms.
So he just
Why does
does
he have to keep
juvenile.
going to the classrooms for the investigations?
I know, it's silly. Right, if you're getting touched at home, you're not going to the school. Right.
Rivera,
So-
what was her name? Sophie LaFontaine.
Yeah.
So they're investigating. The classroom's a crime scene now. They're investigating. So then Sclafani decides to sit in one of the children's chair and desk things,
Yeah.
Shit, ain't getting out of this, Rivera. Call my wife. It's funny.
That went way over my head. So I'm glad you explained that to me.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about the case being bigger than he thought it'd be. And so shit, I'm not getting out of this. Like I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's
I
just
thought
a
he.
bad attempt at humor. You're right.
Maybe I thought it was because Rivera smiled. That's why I took it as a joke, and then he goes, "I'm serious. Get my TV from my living room."
Yeah.
Which I took. Okay, he says he's like stuck there, but then he goes, "What are we
Right.
eating?" And then he goes, "Well, we might be here for a bit." So okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sclafani pulled out spelling tests with perfect grades, which false. We've seen her writing. She's constantly misspelling things and using incorrect words. She's not smart.
For third grade, she is.
It's
I gotta find my third grade work to compare.
Yeah, you're talking to a GD genius over.
Okay.
I was killing it.
I was too. That's why I want to see.
Kid looks smart. No problems with the schoolwork. I just wrote false. If I had gotten those papers, considering the level that they're being taught at, there's red marks all over these papers. What are you doing?
They took a fucking comprehension test at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll trust Sean. He's a teacher, but
So he's going through and he sees a blue writing journal. Nothing unusual. And I just wrote in all caps, "You left the journal?"
okay. I know.
Cathy.
But that previous paragraph, I have a problem with this just because this is not how people talk. So Rivera says, the guy said she has anxiety, and Sclafani says, yeah, so does my teenage daughter. She never disappeared in broad daylight, though I wish she would sometimes. It's so zippy and kind of...
He's gregarious. His personality is as big as him.
That's true.
Doors open, Detective Carla Nunez said, called up from the porch. Oh boy. Yeah, it's about to get real dumb in here. So, they're casing the house, much like Cathy cases shops in Tunisia. Everyone's always casing. But Sclafani asks Nunez, "Anyone home?" Nunez hollers in the doorway, "Hello? Police!" And then Sclafani says, "Stop that. You want them to run?" Then he sticks his head in the house and goes, "Domino's Pizza?" He called in a thick Indian accent. No one responded.
Hang on. Where are they going to run?
I don't know.
You usually have a cop on each door, so where are they running to?
Look, her saying hello, police, and then him being like, "You want them to run?" It's like, run? Yeah, run where? And then his idea is even dumber because if someone
Of course.
didn't order pizza and then someone sticks their head in the door and goes, "Domino's Pizza," and it's a bad Indian accent. "Domino's Pizza." That's his better idea. And then he goes, "We got no PC to go in." Just, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I don't see anyone. Just pull the door closed. Which you've already opened the door. I think even that's it. I feel like that's illegal to even open the door and stick your head in.
It is. It is.
So then someone...
We get the neighbor.
Yep, you looking for Tisha? Looking for anyone. They get the lowdown that the teacher was there. And Sclafani's looking out at the house. And he goes, "Something's going on." And he got the opening tingles of that kid case feeling. Whatever that is. Something ugly, he said. The opening tingles of that kid case feeling.
Yeah. Jerry Lawler gets that, I think. I'm sorry.
Jerry Lawler just turned the podcast off in disgust.
Called
Oh
his
wow!
lawyer.
Shot. The last place I thought shots are gonna get fired.
No, that is a weird sentence, but
So, uh, so now they're back at the school. Sophie and and Cathy are back at the school, and she's like, "Are you nervous?" And Sophie's like, "No, I'm just confused and tired." Or what? She's just kind of like living life, and Cathy is in again full blown panic, and Sophie hands her a pencil that she requested, and she sees a car, and she's like, "Oh shit, a car in the parking lot!" But it's just a guy delivering Chinese food, and she follows him in, and then sticks the pencil in, and I'm going, what was the plan? To wait for this to happen? At first I was like, oh, it would have been smart if she called in a food delivery.
there you go. You're
But
right.
it wasn't. She's just waiting for anybody to come in so she can do the pencil gimmick.
The cops had already said that she would be back. Remember, they're like, they're going to come back here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And yet she's able to fucking do this Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible kind of lurch around the school with
She
fucking
definitely is
investigators there. And...
definitely lurching. But it's not. It's just Lakeisha, her son, and soon we're about to find out Kenny, the other night custodian.
The cops aren't there?
No cops are there.
Oh, why did I think that? Because I thought the cops ordered the food.
No,
I just made that
Lakeisha
connection in my head.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
There's no cops. She thinks herself, oh, the cops will be back. For some reason, she thinks at some point.
Okay.
Her heart was exploding out of her chest, and she couldn't stop panting. Once again, Cathy's described as an absolute mess, like the comic strip. Like she's there, the sweat drops are flying outside of her head, her mouth hanging open. Cathy was going in with nothing but a loose plan, and I wrote, good. Way to go. Awesome. So she does the pencil, and then when the delivery man leaves, he just kicks the pencil out. And she's like, shit! God damn it! So she has to go back. She puts her finger in the door. It crushes her finger. She's like, ah!
No. She jammed her finger between it and the frame, gritting her teeth as her digit blocked the closure.
Yeah. It's slamming on her
That's
finger.
Again, way too... No. You're right. I just hate that fucking sentence. Her digit...
Well, selected finger, and he'd already said, I've already used finger. And then it came up like digit, and he was like, okay.
No.
No. So, Cathy freed her index finger digit, and it doesn't say that, but so she sticks the pencil again in there, and she's jogging down. She goes for the doorknob of her classroom, and she's like, oh shit, it's locked. And she hadn't brought her purse with her. And so now she's like, should I smash the window? No, that'll make too much noise. She was a ball of unrefined energy. Ah, yes. That kind of energy. Unrefined. And she goes back to Lakeisha's desk. She grabs the keys, and she runs back. She's like, what keys? She gets it's the yellow key. She gets in. She turns on the lights, and she looks at the desk, and it's empty, Sophie's desk. And she's like, oh, shit. Then she hears laughter in the corridor or the hallway. She froze.
Yeah.
You a dumbass anyways, a deep voice bellowed. See, Kenny? You even left the damn lights on in there. So then she's hiding. Cathy hides under Sophie's desk, and The classroom door opens and the lights go out, and then the door closed again. And does Kenny ever go, "Hey, it's another thing that's weird is I turned all the lights off of the rooms. This one's on, and it's unlocked."
I know.
But no. Deshar. Oh, that wasn't Lakeisha. That was Deshar. Okay, so it's Deshar and Kenny talking. Deshar and Kenny's playful banter, an occasional freestyle rap.
Sean.
Sean, naughty, naughty. I wrote, "I hate this." That's what I wrote it. I wrote, "I hate this." I hate this. Sean, what's an occasional freestyle rap? When you're bantering, you're just bantering down a hallway, and you're like,
no, but you're rhyming though.
"Yeah, what'd you get for food? Chinese? Oh, I got something about that. Chinese chicken." He starts
Thanks.
rapping something off of that.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Sean, if you're gonna put it down, might as well write it. Let's hear that freestyle rap you got.
In italics, yeah, let's
Yeah.
see it.
Cathy stepped in, so she's like, "Okay, I'm leaving, empty-handed." She was shaking and panting. She's still. She has to hide in the office with the mailboxes from Lakeisha, and she sees it. She sees a bag in Dean Fischler's slot, and she sees that it's Sophie's stuff that she's looking for.
Yeah.
And she finds the journal, the pale blue journal. She opened it and flipped through the pages to ensure that she was looking at the real thing. It was, "Cathy, you're stupid."
So
then
is she not going to be on camera? She's going to be on camera again, right?
Yeah,
You'd think so.
yeah.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, when we got to the end of this, I was like, again, we're rushing to the end. I feel like, how much more can he do, or say, like, what more can happen the way these chapters go? So now we're with a night desk manager at a motel
In Maryland.
in Maryland. Yeah. She wants a room.
She pays cash for her room. Yeah, she's picking places she knows are seedy and that will give her a room for cash.
Yeah, and she writes down her name as Marsha Lewis.
Yeah, real jab at Marsha Lewis there.
Yeah.
I got creeped out by this motel room scene between Sophie and Cathy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. No, me too. It's weird. It's almost like whatever old Sean Oliver is, late 40s, early 50s,
Yeah.
was writing a scene with an adult woman and a young woman, a child woman, and was like, they would interact kind of like this, and it's not accurate.
I guess so. Yeah, right.
The room smells like the previous night's cheese doodles and cigarettes.
Cheese doodles aren't that pervasive.
It's capitalized too. Is that a brand?
I don't think so. It feels just like a generic.
I was
catch-all
going to
brand.
ask you, if you're going to a motel room and
You
you're
can
like, smells like cigarettes and cheese doodles up in this piece.
If it smells like cigarettes, that's all it smells like.
Yeah.
No, cheese doodles is it's a Wise product, so yeah, that's a pretty big brand.
Okay.
I've never called them that though.
So then she's like, "Hey, Sophie, get ready for bed." And Sophie just stares at her like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, and no, wait, so now, but this isn't in italics. This isn't in Cathy's mind. So this is the narrator. Right. No bags, no pajamas, no toothbrush. Idiot. The narrator's on our side. So she goes, "Maybe you can take a bath or a shower and just slip those clothes back on for tonight." Sophie shrugged and went into the bathroom. And so then Cathy pokes her head in. For all we know, the girl's disrobing at this point as she started the bath. Cathy pokes her head in and goes, "Let me know if you need any help. I'm going to close the door over for you. Okay?" What? The door was closed. And now you're peeking your head in. Help with what? Soaping? Get out of here, Cathy. She's a third grader.
But what does it mean to close
Then
the
she goes
door
out-
over?
I don't know.
That must be a typo. I've never heard that phrase.
Cathy walked out to the front window and moved the curtain back a sliver. All quiet. Too quiet. I was like, God damn. Cathy's so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. I'm so getting mad at this book again. Saying hyper aware, one word. Is that I didn't even bother. I'd tapped out at this point that I was like, I'm not looking up hyper aware to see if it's an actual word.
Yeah. It is.
Wow. Staying hyper aware was exhausting. But she done well so far. Have you? It's been mistake after mistake.
Yeah.
She had a sense of accomplishment, however forbidden the Odyssey. What do you think about that
Come
sentence there,
on.
Larry? I read that and I went, Larry, I thought of you. However forbidden
Yeah.
the Odyssey. This is an Odyssey. This is an Odyssey. When Sean saw Forbidden Door, was he like, that's like an Odyssey? She flipped through all the... So now she's going through the journal again while the kid's taking a bath. She flipped through all
She's
the
trying to
entries.
figure out the rules.
Yeah. The suicide.
So this is at
wrong.
least an interesting section. Yeah.
Yep. And she says, there's nothing in that book which could probably be
Oh.
torn, shredded, and soaked like any other. What?
That's an interesting thing then. Do you think, or maybe you already knew this and I'm a dumb guy, so please tell me. Had the uncle not committed suicide until she wrote the suicide?
But she wrote about flying. That's my problem. She didn't write about somebody falling. Did we
Okay.
misread it? At this point now, I'm
Disregard that.
questioning.
Disregard that.
At this point, she's brought up the suicide so much at this point that I'm like, did we not read that correctly?
But is that what you think happened? Do you think it actually wasn't a suicide until Sophie made it a suicide?
I guess so.
Okay. I hadn't put those two together.
But they couldn't remember how he died. They said it was a car crash, but then the dad's like, suicide.
Yeah.
So she goes through the thing. Yeah, she goes, there's nothing in that book which could probably be torn, shredded, and soaked like any other. And I went,
What is soaking?
soaked? I don't know. He's out of the ways you could destroy
Soaking,
a book, and soaking it in water was one of them.
I don't know.
Not yet. I would think burn. Book burning is more common than nobody goes, we got to get rid of these books. Get a horse tank. Fill it with water. Throw them all in. Because then he says, so I kind of chuckled and raised my eyebrow. And then he goes, well, what of the physical thing? What would tearing, shredding, or soaking invite? And I went, she's still on the soaking. She looks at the baby penguin thing again. She hears Sophie singing in the bathtub. She's enjoying it. She's now listening to the singing. She goes, Sophie, do you like writing your journal entries? Sometimes. A steady drip. For a while, Sophie's not saying anything, and there's just a steady drip from the faucet. The fucking Mark had been in there, and he hadn't fucking turned it. You're talented, Cathy continued. Do you know that you have talent? I wrote, false. Sophie's giving, she's like, Your writing is different from the other children. Did you know that? So she asks, "What do you think about when you write?" And she reveals that she
A
thinks about
person.
a person.
Yeah.
And she says, "Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Cathy. Drip, drip,
And
drip.
then,
Mommy,
yep.
Miss Weingarten." Cathy turned, "What? I thought about Miss Weingarten one time." "Norma? The teacher who hates Arabs?" uh, "I want to get out now," Sophie said. "Okay, your clothes are out here." Sophie dried off, and Cathy directed her to the bed with a school uniform while the girl dressed. I expected a note here like, Cathy turned away, but no.
I know.
Cathy
I
grabbed the
don't know.
motel hair dryer and plugged it in. "Come, Sophie." She did her hair while lost in the prior conversation. And I was like, "Did you bring a brush?" I don't know what she brought. It sounds like she brought nothing. Or it sounds like
Yeah,
Sean doesn't know what goes into combing out a young girl's hair after a shower.
I know.
Is he just
I know.
picturing her going like tussling the hair around as she's blowing it with a blow dryer? Uh, and he has I mean, right in his bio, he has daughters. I don't know. Maybe he's. Uh,
Yeah.
the thing was still unpredictable. Uh, it could be unwieldy in the hands of a child. Uh, before they go to bed, though. Oh no! At
She
first we
makes it
get
right,
she
right?
lays down on the floor. Yeah, she lays down on the floor and she's like, "No, no, sweetie, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Okay, get in the bed." So she's happy. Sophie's in a bed finally.
Mm-hmm.
Then she goes, "Hey, Sophie, do you know our principal, Miss Lewis?" Sophie doesn't, so she turns on the phone, which is going against why is she doing this? Bad.
Yeah.
She turns on the phone to pull up a picture of Miss Lewis and goes, "Do you know her? Here, look." And she goes, "What's a few seconds going to do? Worth the risk in getting this one right." And it's like, doesn't what is her concept of like locating her from her phone? She's like, "It's just on for a little bit. It's fine."
I know.
Uh, so she's like, "You're gonna write about her," and gives her the journal and props the phone up, like, "Look at the picture. Look at her."
This is why I think Kathy's gonna be the alpha heel. What
Yeah.
has Marsha Lewis ever really done to her? She's a little mean, but
Didn't
isn't every
Where do
boss?
we start? It's cutting the legs out from under every time she tries to get something going. Didn't give her a job.
That's true. But
Uh,
still, but still, but still, that's every fucking
But now you're
principal
going to
probably
give this godchild the ability to mess with their life and
to
give
murder
her some
her.
prompt. Give her a prompt. Uh,
Yeah,
but this also kind of goes that she has no plan because she didn't know about the person thing before. Now she's found out and she's like, "Okay, I'll pull up a person for you to look at on my phone."
yeah.
Uh, so we cut back to Dean Fischler and oh my goodness gracious. Okay. He goes, "Do you have anything on Cathy?" This is like the next day, I believe.
Well,
Not
no, they're
yet.
looking for Norma, and then he doubles back and says, "What
Yeah.
about Kathy?"
Not yet, Nunez said. "We got a bolo out on the car. A
Yeah,
bolo."
you know what that is?
Isn't it beyond the lookout? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
but isn't there a better term for it? An APB or what is that?
No, I've heard bolo before, and I watch a
Bolo?
lot of cop
I
videos.
feel like there's a better one
I
that they
actually just
go.
I actually just learned that term from a cop video, so I wouldn't have known it before like a week ago.
Uh, all I think about now I'm just thinking about in the Zodiac. You ever seen the movie The Zodiac? Where they put out a bolo and the guy's like, "I bet it's a black guy." And they pull over the wrong. They stop the
That's right.
Zodiac. They talk to the cops and they stop the Zodiac and then they let him go because they're like, "We figured he'd be black."
Mm,
Uh,
no.
Uh, the associate
Okay. Yeah, the
superintendent is
superintendent's
here.
there.
So now we're back. Now we're back to Sophie and Cathy. They're at a diner. Sophie
No,
gloriously
Sophie's
went
got
to
a Happy
town on a
Meal.
cheeseburger. Yeah.
Yeah, not a diner, a Happy Meal.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Yeah,
And
Happy
she's in the
Meal
back of the
girl.
car.
Yes, gloriously went to town on a cheeseburger. Uh, uh, Sophie had written her essay before falling asleep the night before. The missing gold coins was the prompt she assigned. So we get the story, and essentially it's about a large rabbit, aka Miss Lewis, stealing all the coins from all the little rabbits.
Yeah.
Cathy pulled on
Until
to
they
I.
weigh her down and all the small rabbits kick her.
Yep. There's always these little other little things in it that's like, whoa, what? Cathy pulled onto I-95 and wondered what was going on elsewhere in the world, and I wrote, "Me too. I'm with you." Uh, Julissa shows up here.
I don't remember who that is.
I think it's like somebody like near, because I think Fischler looked at her when he was. Maybe she's like a secretary or something. I think when they were doing interviews, he popped
Okay.
out and looked at Julissa and was like, "Oh, have you heard from Miss A?"
Okay.
You know when we were like, "What's her last name?" and we were like, "Well, maybe it's Jean or her mom." Maybe they said, well, it can't be their name because it would have to be Mark's last name, and Mark's never
That's
had
true.
his last name revealed. I don't think.
That's true.
Uh, oh man, now my mind is going. What is the twist? I'm back on the. What is the twist? So then we. Yeah, Sclafani or Nunez say, "Watch out for those phantoms." Fischler shook his head. She was such an embarrassment. He's embarrassed by Miss Lewis for the phantoms.
We
will
gotta
unfurl.
ask Sean. There is a principle that he wrote this about. It's just so hated that. Yeah.
So
Dr. Gutierrez.
Yep. Who is Dr. Marta Gutierrez? She was middle-aged and skewed elegant. Overemphasis on proper pronunciation manifested in the faintest trace of an accent. I don't even know how to even do that then.
We're not gonna
yes.
even talk to
Please
this woman
close
past the
the
next
door
5 paragraphs. Yeah.
But she does move her placard, her Principal Lewis placard to the side. She was formal but soft. "Dean, we need your help here. Are you involved in the finances of the building?" "Budgeting, yes." "What about managing the Student Activities Fund? Specifically as it relates to fundraising monies." Fundraising from anything. Clubs, for example, when a club does a fundraiser and makes, say, $500, are you in the chain that handles the money? Anyways, he's like, no. He kind of goes,
Yeah, he
whoa, I
says
think she's in
Lewis does
trouble.
it.
Yeah, Miss Lewis. Then we get Daniel Estrada, full name. Walked to the elevator of his building and waited for his young wife, Elena. They were dressed up and headed to dinner at a new restaurant on the Hudson River waterfront that promised a Cuban fusion menu and spectacular live music. He danced a little merengue and admired his reflection in the shiny elevator doors. He heard the thumping of Elena's platform high heels making their way down the hall. That was the cue to hit the elevator button and drop his impromptu salsa. "Go ahead, baby," Elena said. "You can keep going." "Nah, I want to save my moves," she laughed. He put an arm around her. The elevator wasn't making any noise, and the button never lit. "Damn," Daniel said, "I forgot." "Oh no, baby, I can't do 8 flights with these things on." Shit, man. He kicked the door. Okay, get on. He squatted and Elena snickered and hopped on his back and was piggybacked down 8 stories.
That's a task.
I know. I thought, you know,
That's like the Vern Gagne training.
I don't want to dox my wife. She's 100 pounds. I don't think that I would do 8 stories. I don't think
Sure.
I'm doing that. Oddly, okay, so oddly though, the doors on floor 5 opened once earlier that morning. One could maybe even say magically, Larry, for a distracted teacher. There was no elevator car waiting at floor 5, and the passenger, eyes on her school email account on her phone, never noticed. And at the bottom of the elevator shaft lay Norma Weingarten, neck broken, body contorted and crumpled in the heavy cables.
Okay, well, that is interesting then. She dies in real time. It's
I mean,
not an
I guess she's
overnight
been there
thing.
for. Yeah, when did this happen?
No, but he's describing her actually dying rather than just being dead.
Yeah,
which
but this was like 2
4
days
hours
ago.
delayed.
So this is a flashback, right?
No. Not of the couple
She's been
entering
gone
the
for 2
elevator.
days.
Yeah, but he's
Well,
just
no,
saying
yeah.
that the cut. Yeah. He's
But
just
why are
saying
we
her
going
body
back
was
to
there.
this now? This could have been anywhere. I guess it's because he's ending the chapter and he wants to end the chapter on like, boom, look at that.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. She said she hasn't had her phone on. I like this. Cathy thinks seeing an abduction story from New Jersey would have sent her into a panic. That much she knew. That would have sent her into a panic. Huh?
Yeah. Nothing's going on. She tries to go to a new motel, but decides to go back to the other one. Right?
Yes. And then something happens when she's making a turn. She hits something, or something happens to her tire. But I liked earlier on page 2.
Yes. Thank you.
No one knew the whole story. No one would have believed it. But in a headline-based society, she was the boogeyman. Do you think we live in a headline-based society?
Sean does.
That's the narrator, yeah. Or is it? Or is this sort of thinking to herself? I don't know.
I'm glad I will give him credit because this is one of the things I hate. When people spell out boogeyman, they
Yeah.
say bogeyman,
Oh yeah.
and I hate that. I hate when people write it like that. It's the
I
boogeyman.
I spell it Boogie, and he's a dancing guy.
Sure.
Let's see. So I think this is going to be a character here because we get Midge. She's running the
Midge.
hotel, and her high-pitched twang made her curt nature somehow less off-putting. Midge, tiny in stature but too big for the world. We got another. He's like, this is a character actor, okay? Do you see? You know who Midge is played by? I know exactly the actress Midge is played by.
I know who it's played by.
This woman's a little bit larger than probably what she needs to be, but hold on here. Let me think of something.
Oh, does she say Midge is fat?
She says her stature is tiny, but I still think this woman gets all these kind of roles now. Let's see. Or wait, what's something she's been in lately? What's the latest one here? She's been in everything, so it's tough. It's all like coming into my head.
I hope it's the same person we're thinking of.
It might be.
Oh no, I can't find her. God damn it!
Hey, I'm gonna send you her name here. Let's do this. A picture of the fat man.
Here we go.
What do you got?
Okay, this is Midge to me. And out. Let me look up and out.
Yeah, I have Ann Dowd. That's who I would cast.
Okay. We're not too far
Oh
apart.
yeah, her too. Beth Grant. Yeah, Beth Grant or
Yeah.
Ann Dowd. Yeah, Ann Dowd always kind of plays like those side characters. Which I feel like Ann Dowd used to be a little bit bigger, but now she's gotten tiny in her older age.
What did she say? Oh, the muffin. Okay.
Yeah, Midge is a whiskey and cigarette throated grandma.
Oh yeah.
Help ya? Yes, we need a room. $69.95 plus fees. Deposit of same amount. No ice in the machine. Room's got cable, but no fuck films. So that must just be what she says to everybody, because if it can't be because she looked at Cathy and went, "Oh, this person wants fuck films. I gotta let them know
Yeah.
that's not available." If you get in here every morning before 11 o'clock, I got muffins and fresh coffee for you. Couple juice boxes too.
Okay, so this is the first time she's at this place. See, she comes back here later.
Yeah.
Okay. I was getting confused.
So then Cathy looks at like one muffin that's on the plate still. You're welcome to it, but it's been out since morning. It's going to be harder than Chinese math. I'm fine. Midge is studying Cathy during this interaction. Is it possible I can have the far end unit? Why? I just like having no neighbors on one side. End unit is off limits. Water damage, a little bit of mold. You'll be in room 15. Thank you, Miss. Midge. Thank you, Midge. So she goes, "Hey, bring your journal, Sophie. We got to go in room 15.
Yep.
So now we're at the Hill, the high rise, with its fair share of ethnic eateries that would be touted as authentic by trendy blogs. Sean's coming for that lifestyle again.
Yeah.
Sean is so blue
He
collar
just wants his old pizza place that he went to in 1987 to still be open. That's all he
Sean's
wants.
I'll say this. Sean is very catty about all this when I've seen his Instagram, and he's like, "Where should this statue go? Hey, I went to the
I
eatery
don't know
here."
what's up with that one.
Just saying,
Yeah,
Sean,
he's not
just
happy
embrace
that there's
it.
a new Ethiopian restaurant where
Yeah,
his bagel place used to be.
yeah. uh, Sean wants to take pictures of deli meat and go, "It's lunch. It's called lunch."
So they found
They
Norma.
go. Yeah, I like that the detectives walk past the laundry room. In this place, in this high rise, with the ethnic eateries, there's going to be a washer dryer in every unit. Okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Instead of saying the medical examiner, he says the ME will give the body a look once she's up.
Oh, that's obnoxious.
Don't think we're going to see 10 bullet holes in her, though. How'd you ID her? Sclafani asked. Burst took the ride, too. What is happening? We got a bolo out on the vehicle and an amber alert now. I wrote now? That goes out. That goes out hour one of the child
Yeah.
being reported to the police. But we got no credit card activity. Nothing pinging with the cell phone. I wrote, come on, try harder. I got photos of them going out to media now. Picture the car too. I was like, this is like what, 2-3 days later?
Yeah.
So
Well, but I also thought, is this where you stopped reading 45?
yeah.
Okay. She'll later see in Virginia her face on a billboard. And I'm just thinking, there's a million fucking kidnappings every day, are there not? I don't feel like one would set off the media
I'll say this, I've never
nationally.
driven anywhere and seen like, have you seen this on a billboard? Because
Yeah.
I skimmed ahead a little bit just to kind of get a general idea, and I saw the thing about her going like, my God, my face is on a pillow. And I'm going,
Right.
I just kind of went, what? I thought maybe Sophie had written something. I was so
Yeah.
fucking confused. Uh,
Now, the nice thing is Sophie does write her a new car. So she is honing the craft a little bit.
there you go.
Yeah.
So Sclafani is kind of going, no, we're not getting anything. We got no family, we got no nothing. They're off the grid. I don't know how this broad did it, but she did. And I was like, is he the worst detective? Because we know how
Yeah.
dumb Cathy is and how sweaty this whole
Yes.
thing has been. It's like, how did she? Like, yeah, he's confounded, and it's like she turned off her phone. There you go.
That's it. She's gone. The thief in the night.
If it was only that easy to disappear. Whenever I turn my
Yeah.
phone off, my family rushes to the police station. Like, he's gone. He's disappeared into the ether. Oh man. Do you want to keep going a little bit and just walk me through a
If you
chapter?
don't mind skipping, yeah, that's fine. What are we saying?
Starts
Okay.
with God damn it.
They did get pinged in Virginia. No. A woman spotted them at a McDonald's.
Yeah.
So they just said it's a red Jetta, New Jersey plate. Gotta be them. So then we switch. We do our cut scene
Mm-hmm.
to Sophie and Cathy driving on the highway, I-95. And there's a fucking checkpoint looking for them.
Ooh.
That's what I'm thinking is like, this is not a national manhunt.
This isn't the fugitive.
No.
What about shotguns?
But that's where the reveal is made. Cathy says, "Great essay, Sophie. Read it when I woke up. That girl really did need that new scooter." So that was the prompt she had to write to get a new car. Because she goes through the stop, Sophie's hiding under bags, and since the car isn't red, the guy doesn't even fuck with them. So they go through the checkpoint. And then she sees the billboard. And then that's when she says, let's go back to that first motel. We can hang out there. We have a new colored car, so that won't be a problem. And then, 47, back with Midge. Cash again, how long? Cathy is shaking.
Yeah.
And so Midge thinks, you got a man staying with you? And she says, no. And Midge says, usually a woman with a hand shaking like that, with the look you got in your face, has a man whooping on her. So she thinks she's a battered woman. This is a nauseating section. Sophie and Cathy are at Target or some supermarket, and Sophie's eating a candy bar. And Cathy flips out because of her fucking problems with food, and she's trying to explain the problems with food to Sophie. I don't care. And then, I don't know. This was another weird passage. There's a little kid. He's a kindergartner. I don't know how she knows that, but Cathy knows that. And he's like hiding in the aisles, and he keeps looking at Sophie.
Uh-huh.
And the way the narrator phrases it is, Sophie was an adorable older woman for a kindergartner. Of course he would keep showing up. Okay, so they get the fuck out of the store. But it's just paranoia. The kid wasn't doing anything. They go back to the motel. Popcorn bag. Okay, that's where I stopped. I only read to 47. Damn it, she's going to write something else.
Yeah, she's very Cathy. She's trying to think about what she eats. She's got...
Yeah.
Not only does she have anxiety, now she has food issues as well.
Yes.
Okay. You're not heavy. Right, because I try to stay away from bad foods. But sometimes people forget. I forget. I used to carry around a picture of myself when I was heavier and look at it. Healthy.
Hey, it's like Stu
Is Sophie
carrying
gonna
around a
write something about how
picture.
beautiful she is, and she's gonna wake up and be like, "I don't look different, but I feel more confident."
Oh yeah, because that is the prompt she's going to give her. Okay, so that's what that comes from.
Is
Is
it?
that
Should I
story?
call it?
Yeah, it's about a girl who just wants to be happy with who she is. That's the prompt.
Oh God.
So you called it.
So,
Cathy gonna be smoking fucking hot, or
yeah.
horribly disfigured.
Sophie was asleep in the Cathy dozed off, trying to quiet her mind.
Oh, Cathy awoke in pain.
No.
I don't know. Fuck it. Don't read ahead. Just
Don't read ahead.
call it.
We'll call it.
But I told Sean as a way to like butter him up that we would be done with the book by Monday.
Oh, are you scheduling it for Monday? Next Monday?
It's Monday. It's Monday.
Next Monday? Okay. I think I can make that work. Maybe. When?
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern. 7
Oh, 7. Okay.
Central.
I'll try to
Come
come
on,
up.
it's gonna.
Or should we stick to the? Should we stick to the?
There's enough questions there, and we've read enough of the book now that we can.
I mean, I can try to be done with it. I might not be. I mean, I'll get.
No. I'm just telling you what I told
Oh, okay. So just fake it. So just he's like, "What do you think about the ending?" Be like, "It's great. It's fucking great." I don't know. So it's Monday unless we get bumped again. You think he's listened to any of this?
No, I don't think so.
God.
He's happy to promote himself, but he's not going to do work.
So this weekend, note to self: I've got to come up with my little professional intro for him. Because he's promoting Todd as God, right?
Oh,
That's what
this
he wants
isn't a
to
fucking
promote.
stop on a talk show. I don't think he's counting
That's what he
on.
wants to talk about, right? He'll get upset if
See,
we don't
that's
bring up that he's written Todd as God. You got to introduce the guy professionally, don't you? You want to be professional. This isn't the Nate podcast. I'm not gonna go like,
That's our
hey,
style. It's
hey,
gonna
we
pick up
got
in the middle.
Sean Oliver here.
No intro.
I always forget the Yonkers or Jonkers. I always forget.
It's because you're only reading it. It's Jonkers.
Jonkers.
Yeah,
Sean,
Sean, who's got the biggest
welcome to the
Jonkers in the
Jonkers
business.
What's the biggest set of Jonkers you've ever seen? Anyways, Todd is God. Where books are available. Click. All right.
Okay.
What?
Who really wants to read a Todd Gordon book?
Us, eventually, unfortunately.
No. That's so far down the list. I will never read
No,
a Todd Gordon book.
Us, 5 years from now, shaking our head. I don't know. Will you read the X-Pac book if it ever gets written?
Nah, I don't give a shit about that either. Maybe. He's got some fucked up stories. I'd read that.
I want to read. You know how they talk about male authors specifically because Sean's been writing. It's Cathy and Sophie on their little Thelma and Louise adventure.
Yeah.
You know that thing about how men can write women. There's even an award that they give like the worst writing for men writing women, and it's always very like.
I didn't know that.
Key example would be like they get very like horny when describing women, and it'll be like.
Yeah.
She looked in the mirror at her pert breasts, and it's like, okay, hold on, like
Thomas Pynchon does that.
Okay, I'm a glutton for punishment, so I would love to read Sean getting all horned up about something. He's
I keep waiting for it, honestly. I really do, especially when her undergarments were being torn apart from her drawer, or this couple in the hallway, Elena and Diego, or whatever his name is.
He's writing Sclafani. Let's get a hard boiled thing going. How adult can you get? You know,
need a femme fatale in here.
Yeah, what's going on here? The fact that I read, as always, I read the last page, and there's a person has not even been mentioned yet. at all.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like we're running out of real estate here. When's this person going to get introduced? What's happening?
Yeah.
Uh, that's going to be a lot of work to form a connection. A lot of work. I feel like a lot's going to be hand waved by magic. What a great thing. He's like, oh, I got a magic book. It just is. It just is. Okay, it was written in the book.
Well,
Uh,
I'm trying to be
uh,
nice. It's not that
it's just boring and
different
stupid.
than yes. That could be the criticism.
I want to go and read
Boring. It could use a nice editing.
I want to
'Cause there's a
go and read
lot
like a
of
Dean
fat.
Koontz, which I used to read when I was younger. You know, I like The King. I would crack open a Koontz every now and then. I'd love to go back and read one of those, or maybe pick up one of, and just be like, "What? This is good, right? So why is this bad?" You know, like I know for a fact there's a short story I used to really like as a kid, a Koontz short story where it's about a cop looking for a serial killer, and it's revealed that it's like a monster, of course, that's this killer or whatever. But then it's revealed that the cop also is an alien by the end, and it's all very. It's a short story, so it's all like within a thing of him like tracking it down and then finding it and then fighting it, and you're like, oh, he's also a creature. Uh, and saying all that out loud, you're like, well, that sounds fucking stupid. But I remember reading it on a car ride somewhere and being like, this fucking rocks.
Sure.
So I need to cry. What makes it good? I mean, like I said, Stephen King last time. I said Stephen King loves writing black people verbatim, like.
Right.
And I look, that's cringy too. But you know, why is Sean Oliver not a multimillionaire?
I know. I don't know,
What's the
man.
difference?
The book thing is. I don't know.
I guess
don't
it's all
know who the
subjective. If I gave Bukowski
yeah.
to like a friend of mine, they might be like, okay, so the guy's like a drunk and he's horny.
No, but come on.
And I'd be like, no, it's bad, it's good. You're not reading it right.
It's the style, though. It's
It
this.
is. But he also has
You
things.
either have the substance or the style. It's like DeLillo books. Nothing fucking happens, but his writing is so dry and it's so great to fucking read.
There's
I don't even care about the story. It's
there's
just nice
things
to
being
hear him talk.
said too. Yeah, there's things being said. There's things coming across.
There are, but yeah, I don't
Especially, well, I guess with Bukowski, if you are somebody that's worked jobs, or you know, like he's in his books, he's a struggling writer, and he's working dead end jobs. I love Post Office. I like
I love
the
all
ins and
three
outs
of
of
those
that.
books. Yeah,
And but yeah, I don't know. If you give it to somebody else that has no interest in anything like that, they'd be like, okay. Or you know what they might say? Did any of this really happen?
sure.
Is this real?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll leave it. What a Joel? What's a peppy note we can leave it on?